Right, so I'm making a start on the journal. Okay, and this is what I've done so far. I mean, this is subject to a lot of change, but I've just literally put a few of things together. Okay, that's, you know, this is a bit of a flip out there, some sort of music sheets there, very grungy pages, which Edith Holden, and another flip out there, but I'm going to turn that one around, so it's that side. So I've already got one there, and it's sort of like one page, then a coffee stain at the moment. One page, then a coffee stain. One page, then a coffee stain. That's how I'm doing it at the moment. I most probably add some lined paper. That's the center of my signature. Then I've got these, which I thought went really well. I want them like that. They are a little bit too wide, so I am going to trim a bit off of each of those so they come in a bit, and then I'm going to put them together with a bit of fabric. Okay, and that's going to be the center of my signature, like that. And then to close them, I'll most probably do something here that you can flip that under there. Not sure yet, but I'll do the first bit first. So that's all that I've done. Yeah, that's like that, and we just sort of get going, really. Yeah, so I think just trim off a bit off the end, half an inch, I reckon should do it. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll have a fit to see if it's okay. Okay, so I've checked all that makes sure that when that's together, that fits in the middle of the signature. Okay, so you can put the signature away now and get on with this. So I've got a strip of fabric about an inch. Oh, I took about 1/4 inch off. I mean, these are now, I mean, you know, all journals are different sizes. So, I mean, these are, I'm just using envelopes that I got 5 by 7 1/4. So I presume they're for 5, I would say they're 5 by 7 cards. These fit. Okay, right, I want it that way, and I want this at the back, so I'm going to glue that on my Fabri-Tac. Again, I'm stitching mine, so I'm not going to worry about re-gluing that for a minute. Like that. And do the same with this one, making sure the flaps are on the outside. I find them easier to get into when you're putting things in. A tiny bit of a gap, not much. And I'm going to stitch mine. If you really wanted, you could go up there as well, but I don't need to, so it's fine. Only adds more bulk, so just trim that off there for now. Yep, so I'm going to go and stitch that. And that'll be in the signature like that. That's great. Okay, that's done. That's all stitched down. Okay. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I've taken a piece of paper, trimmed a bit off the height, okay, so we know it's going to fit in there, and then cut it in half, okay, because what I'm going to do is actually line this bit and that. I don't really, you know, this is beautiful, but we do see it on the outside, so that's okay. I just feel that sometimes flaps can be a little bit, because we're in and out of them, they need a bit more strength. So I'm literally going to cover that. Okay, so let's go. Could do with a wet glue with this actually, but that's all right. This one should be okay. Let's make sure that goes in there. So I'm just going to glue this bit down first, and I can do the flap after. I mean, you don't actually need to glue the whole thing down, I know that, but yeah, I've got a bit of time. Yep, okay. So glue that. We can trim off that bit after. It's got to shape it as well, so do the same here. That's fine. It's such a lovely mark, isn't it? There we go. Right, I think that's quite nice. Yeah, with that opened out, slip things in the middle of a signature. You know, I have to find a, you know, do a closure and everything. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'll find something. Right, what I'm going to do is stitch around this bit here. Okay. First. And I'm not actually, I'll have to make sure that's nice and square there. Okay, like that, and then gives that a crease there, so we know that's all nice and square. It should be. Like that. Okay, right, I'm just going to stitch around the fluffy bits. Okay, that's all done, and I thought I'd use the, oh, what do you call it, the round ones with the brad in as the closure. Okay, I know it's going to be a little bit difficult doing it, but I'll be all right. It's okay, we can put something under here to stop it going through the other side. So the way I do this, I've shown this before. I've got one of these tiny little things here, and I do a really small hole punch, and I tend to just sort of by eye go along, spacing it out, depending what size circle I'm using. I'm using 3/4 of an inch, so I might be able to get 4 there. And then I line it up. I mean, sometimes it's not, they don't fit together brilliantly, but it doesn't matter. You still got a guide where you can poke through. I just find it easier than trying to center or afterwards using, you know, on a tiny circle. And that's just what I find easy, you know. Okay, yeah, I need 2 for these because it's not this thick. So they need layering up. And then I just cut out the same size circles, music paper. Haven't bothered with the hole because I can, you know, go through the other hole and go through that in a minute. All right, and I ink those up to age them a bit because I don't think I've got any coffee stains actually, but that'll be all right. So I'm going to stick all those together. Like I said, not all of them line up perfectly, but it's escaping today. Go back to my little bottle, I think, while it's warm. It doesn't escape too much out of my small one there. So, and it's very hot at the moment here. So, all right, let's see if they're dry. Not really, but it should be all right. I still never found my antique linen, because that would be ideal for this. Ink pad, no idea where that went. Okay, and then we got a guide there, so we go through. Oh, look at that, it's horrible. Lovely. Yeah, I'm certainly getting a mess. Okay, and then sometimes you just need to go slightly over again, just to where you've made the hole. It was too wet to do it before, so yeah. Brad time. All right, I shall try and find some brads. Okay, I find my brads, and the next thing I do is find the center of this, okay, and I draw a very faint line right down there that I can rub out with pencil. Okay, and I also, silly things that I do, I get a piece of paper, right, where I want my holes to be, yeah, so I'm thinking, right, I want one there and I want one there, so I cut the piece of paper that length, yeah, then I fold it in half, a bit similar to doing how I do my, you know, sewing my signatures, yeah. Okay, then on one side I'll find out, I mean that goes in the middle there, I'll find out where I want this hole to match this hole, yeah, and then I'll fold it, and I'll fold that in half, fold that one back, and then I get it equal. Okay, so when I put this in the middle now, I can draw my pencil. I don't have to measure anything else. That's it. Okay, so we want a hole there, yeah, and there, so right at the end, and there, and then one here, and one at the end there. Okay, now that's gonna, you know, look equal. It doesn't matter if it's not in the center, but because it's in the center, it does need to look fairly equal. Yeah. So next thing I do, hopefully I can make my, I know how to make a hole in that one. I've got a little special thing, but I don't need to actually, because we're using the brad. Right, so that goes in there. So all we got to do was get that. Sorry, sometimes I do grommets this way, but I've got a little spring one that you can literally go anywhere with it. So I sort of tend to poke through like that. Okay. Yeah, don't really need to do that, but I seem to, that's the way I do it. As I thought about doing this beforehand, we could have done it before we covered that. Then it covers it. But I can put a false bit in. But I really like these. I don't know why I don't think about doing them more often. Which really, I think it'd be easier to do the pencil line, make the holes, rub them out, and then you haven't got to worry that you've got any left behind here. So I was lucky, it was only fine, very thin. Yeah. I don't think that's too bad. Okay, right, now we need a bit of string. Times I've used a string off of these tags. And what you can sometimes do is put a bit of washi tape over, not there, I'm not going to do that one, over this one here to make sure that stays in. Yeah, and I'm going to cover the front. So I'm going to have a look to see what I've got around, which is all right. We're okay because it's coffee stain paper, yeah. And that's go in the middle. It can go actually anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It could go there. It could go the other way, which I actually think looks really nice too. Yeah. But at the moment, I'm going to. Let's have a look. No, I'm going to leave it like that for now. Okay. And then cover the front with whatever paper. So I'm going to have a little look, see what I feel I would like there. That could work quite well, look. Isn't it? So, it's back there. Okay, and then to the other side as well, for the other one. So I've got where I need it cut, and then I'll just use that template to do it from that one. Okay, they're cut to fit. All right, that's fine. So I'm going to put them up. You can make a pocket here, but I'm not going to because this is an envelope. You're going to have stuff put in there and it might make it too bulky. Okay. So if you wonder where the bleed through is, on here, I actually do that purposely with my, because I print out on both my inkjet and my laser. These have been laser printed, but I use the printouts from my inkjet to stain the back of these. I just do a load together, and because I like this. And then when they're put in the journal, you'll sometimes see that. I'll just come up a bit. If anything, I try to get this edge always, you know, nice and straight, or a little bit glue there, I think. Yeah, so it's either like that. I actually quite like that now. So that's because there's too much plain. That looks nice because we could put a pocket or something there, and that will be the center of the signature. Yeah, mind you, it'd go anywhere. Anyway, I've done it for now, and we'll see later on. So yeah, just anyway, we've done it. I'm going to leave it like that for a minute because I quite like that. And that would be something nice in the centre, and then you've got a pocket there, and you've also got something there to put things in. Right, okay, right, yeah, that's all right. All right, and there's something else now to put in there.